You think you know Greek myths? Think again. Pentheus' story is darker, bloodier, and more shocking than you've ever heard. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the end to see just how deep the madness runs. Asterisk asterisk, hey everyone. Welcome back to Myth or Real, the place where legends are reborn and ancient tales come alive. If you're passionate about kings, warriors, demons, angels, and mythical creatures, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into one of the darkest and most tragic stories from Greek mythology, the story of Pentheus, the ill-fated king of Thebes. His rise, his rebellion against the gods, and ultimately, his horrific downfall. But before we get started, if you love mythological deep dives like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely and costs you absolutely nothing. Also, drop a comment below. Who's your favorite character? Kings, fighters, demons, angels, or even creatures? I want to know. Long before tragedy struck, Pentheus was born into royalty. He was the grandson of Cadmus, the legendary founder and first king of Thebes, and the son of Echion, one of the Spartoi, the warriors born from dragon's teeth, and Agave. From birth, power flowed in his blood, but so did arrogance. The Pentheus' very name means man of sorrows or grief, foreshadowing his destiny. But growing up in a glorious lineage made him proud, too proud. When Cadmus abdicated, Pentheus eagerly seized the throne, promising to bring order and reason back to Thebes. But the timing couldn't have been worse. Dionysus, the god of wine, madness, and religious ecstasy, had just started spreading his cult across Greece. Worship of Dionysus wasn't like the solemn ceremonies of other gods. It was wild, primal, chaotic. And Pentheus? He despised it. To him, the cult was madness. He saw Dionysus's rites, with their frenzied dances, wine-soaked orgies, and women abandoning their homes, as an insult to law, to decency, and to his authority. We will have no madness here, no false gods, no women who forget their homes and duties. He proclaimed. He banned the worship of Dionysus outright. He mocked the god as a fraud, a newcomer deity, unworthy of respect. He threatened to imprison anyone, man or woman, who dared defy him. But here's where things get interesting, and where the lesser-known parts of the story kick in. Dionysus wasn't just any god. He was deeply tied to Thebes by blood. His mother, Semele, was a daughter of Cadmus, making Dionysus and Pentheus cousins. That's right, Pentheus wasn't just insulting a god. He was mocking his own divine family member. In revenge, Dionysus came to Thebes in disguise. He infiltrated the city, spreading his rites among the women, seducing them into the wilderness. Even Pentheus' own mother, Agave, and his aunts, Ino and Autono, fell under the god's spell. Pentheus, furious, ordered the capture of this stranger, leading the Bakshik rituals. Soldiers arrested Dionysus, chaining him in iron shackles. Yet, no chains could hold a god. The moment Pentheus left, the palace shook. Chains fell apart. Prison doors swung open. Fires erupted from the ground. Water turned into wine. Still, Pentheus refused to believe. Instead, Dionysus planted a more devious idea in the young king's mind. He convinced Pentheus that he should spy on the Bakshik women, dress as a woman himself to witness their immoral behavior. Mad with curiosity and rage, Pentheus agreed. Led by Dionysus, he snuck into the mountains where the Maenads, the female followers of Dionysus, were deep in their divine ecstasy. And here, the tragedy struck. Blinded by madness, Pentheus tried to climb a tree for a better view. The Maenads saw him. To them, he wasn't Pentheus anymore. He was a wild beast threatening their sacred rites. Screaming, shrieking, they tore him down from the tree. Leading the charge was his own mother, Agave. Under Dionysus's spell, Agave and her sisters ripped Pentheus apart with their bare hands. His limbs were scattered across the forest. Agave, in her frenzy, placed his severed head on a spike, parading it triumphantly back to Thebes. Only when the divine madness lifted did she realize, in horror, that the lion she killed was her son. Thebes plunged into mourning. Pentheus' death was seen not just as a personal tragedy, but as a warning. Never defy the will of the gods. Dionysus revealed his true form and punished all who had doubted him. But here's something not many know. Pentheus' story is actually one of the earliest examples of a tragic hero in Greek literature. His fate wasn't just cruelty. It was the inevitable downfall of pride, a lesson that excessive hubris, arrogance against the gods, would always lead to destruction. In some rare versions, after his death, Pentheus' spirit haunted the land. His story was so powerful that even centuries later, poets like Euripides wrote the Bacchae, retelling his downfall with a haunting blend of sympathy and horror. Interestingly, Pentheus' name lived on, not as a warning alone, but as a reminder that kings who forget respect and humility are doomed to fall harder than anyone else. And that, my friends, is the full and dark story of Pentheus, a king who tried to stand against the tides of divinity and was shattered by them. If you enjoyed this cinematic dive into Greek mythology, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps Myth or Real grow, and it doesn't cost you a thing. Also, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me, who's your favorite character from mythology? Kings, warriors, demons, angels, creatures? Let's geek out together. Until next time, stay curious, stay mythical, and remember, some myths are more real than we dare imagine.